We started in 2008 providing technology management for families in their homes, and that frequently meant managing their computers, their iPhones, their mobile devices, their networks, their printers. When our clients started building additional homes, they asked us to do the smart home for them because they saw the value of having one person managing all of their technology. So part of recognizing that we were a service business and not a hardware selling business meant that we were actually providing an experience to our clients. And providing that experience means that you're a solutions provider, you're not a hardware seller. And that's why we actually do not make our money off selling hardware or technology.
As a technologist, it gives me the freedom to just say, I'm going to give our clients the best consultation I can, and I don't have to worry about upselling, giving them more than technology than they need, bigger technology than they need. I can just focus on giving them something that is just right for them.
We understand the preferences of a lot of our clients, and we have some of them that they want to know everything that's going on. Some of them just want like the high-level devices down. But for a lot of our clients, like we'll get service notifications that the toner is running low in their printer in their office, right? So we'll reach out to the client and say, hey, we noticed that your toner is running low. We've sent you a new one. It should be there in a day or two.
What sets OneVision apart, and one of the main reasons why I came here, is that we're service first, not sales first. So I had previous experience with a lot of AV companies that where we just wanted to sell systems, and then once it was done, and we walked away from it. OneVision is different in that after we sell a system, we're there to support it for however long it's in service.
And so we've really focused our efforts on making sure that the entire experience around using technology, whether it's the latest or not, is an enjoyable one.
To provide that level of service, you really require something that allows you to monitor the system, right? You need to be getting proactive alerts if there's an issue. We need to be able to look into the system and check the status, and we need to be able to troubleshoot. And Ihiji is one of these products that allows us to do that.
The client experience guides absolutely everything, and was the reason why it was such an easy, immediate choice for us to pick Ihiji as our network management platform. We're able to remotely troubleshoot things and fix things and diagnose issues without even having to leave our offices.
As far as Ihiji goes, monitoring is one of the big standards we have in the home, and so we want to get at least one appliance in every client's home.
I spend a lot of my time in Ihiji looking for alerts, looking for sites that go red so that we can be proactively reaching out to our clients and solving issues for them before they get home and try and use something that doesn't work.
So before Ihiji, the only time you knew when something failed in the field was when a client called and they were already upset because something didn't work, and you're getting the phone call and you're asked to fix it then. With Ihiji, it totally changed how we do service now. We're actually proactively monitoring things so that we know well in advance if something's fallen offline or something's broke, a lot of times before the client does.
What Ihiji Invision does for us is it not only allows us to keep that high level of service and experience for the client, but it also saves us money.
It's very hard to bill for travel time in a profitable manner, and it's also the most unpredictable aspect of the day, and in some of these remote locations can completely eat up an entire productive day. What Ihiji allows us to do is not have to travel as much. We can do this work right from our offices.
We may get a bulletin from a manufacturer saying that there is a firmware issue, or they may have come out with a new firmware that fixes a potential issue, including a security issue. And rather than us having to send people out to 10, 20, 30 different homes, we're able to fix it from the office here.
We had an issue at a client site on Cape Cod that the firmware on the power controller was bad, and it basically prevented us from connecting to it remotely. So what I was able to do with Connect Ninja was telnet into that power controller, reset its firmware from there, and then use Ihiji to power cycle the cable box. And it's a big deal because we have probably 25 to 30 of these controllers with the bad firmware out there, and we thought we were going to have to roll out to each of those sites. Now we were able to connect Ninja into all those sites and fix them all.
So the WAN test feature of Ihiji is incredibly important because it allows us to check the network connection that the ISP is giving to the house. So for instance, if Comcast or one of the other ISPs is throttling the connection or just the service isn't very good, we'll be able to see a history because it checks a couple times a day. We'll be able to see that history and when the speeds might be down or there's high latency. So we can inform the client that they may not be getting the service that they were hoping for.
Some of the other alerts we get are controllers that are down. So if we get a notification that a controller is down, we'll do a couple things. First, we'll log in to find out if the controller is actually down or if it's just a service. If it's down, then we'll go through and we'll try to connect to it remotely. And if we can't connect to it remotely, we'll just do a system reboot.
The Ihiji dashboard gives you the ability to either power cycle device, that means remove power from it if it's plugged into a controllable outlet device, or you can even soft boot a device if Ihiji has partnered with the manufacturer to give you that type of access. So you may not want to pull power from a processor, for instance. You may want to give it a soft boot, and with many devices you can now do that with the Ihiji appliance.
We see the benefits of Ihiji every day. But one thing that's important to remember is that it can be, especially at the beginning, it can get a little overwhelming when you all of a sudden realize how often things are failing in the home.
We've set up quite a few Ihiji appliances, and our dashboard is pretty full with the number of clients that we have set up already. Now, after the first few, we got a pretty good process for how to quickly enable and set up these systems. And you don't realize it right away. It takes a little time until you've had a couple of either service issues or something has gone down at a home. You really see the power and the savings from time and money of setting up all of your homes with Ihiji.